Sergio Perez's future at Red Bull Racing has become one of the most talked about topics in Formula One. Despite a challenging season, the Mexican driver has managed to hold on to his seat, though he currently trails teammate and reigning champion Max Verstappen by a massive 251 points. Perez's recovery from a tough qualifying session at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, where he finished 10th, has done little to ease the ongoing uncertainty about his place at Red Bull. Although the team has publicly expressed support, the lack of points and the loss of the Constructors' Championship may force them to reconsider his position for the 2025 season. Perez's performance this year has been a sharp decline from his second-place finish in the 2023 drivers' standings. As teams like McLaren, Ferrari and Mercedes closed the gap to Red Bull, Perez's results also began to slip. His disappointing Las Vegas Grand Prix, where he was knocked out early, only added to the mounting doubts about his future. Once again, Perez pointed to car performance as the main reason for his struggles, continuing to blame the machinery for his lackluster results. Speculation about Perez's departure from Red Bull intensified during the Formula One summer break. Rumours suggested the team had a contract clause allowing them to part ways with him if he fell more than 100 points behind Max. Red Bull quickly moved to calm these rumours, confirming that Perez would stay with the team for at least the next 4 races, citing upcoming circuits where he had historically performed well, such as Baku and Singapore. Unfortunately for Perez, his performance in these races was disappointing, and his poor results continued into the fall. Perez's qualifying struggles persisted in Las Vegas, where he was eliminated in Q1, starting the race from 16th. He gambled on choosing the hardest tyre compound, hoping to make progress, as others pitted for fresh rubber. However, the low-grip Nevada circuit caused his tyres to grain, ruining his strategy. Perez eventually finished 10th, earning just 1 point for Red Bull. Meanwhile, Ferrari took full advantage of the situation, scoring heavily, and Red Bull slipped 30 points behind Ferrari, with McLaren closing the gap to just 24 points. Throughout the 2024 season, the RB20 has remained one of the fastest cars on the grid, regularly finishing in the top 4. However, Perez's qualifying issues have been a recurring theme, with him now failing to make it out of Q1 6 times. His first such exit came in Monaco, where he was 0.349 seconds slower than Max and ended up 18th. Even after securing a contract extension, Perez's form didn't improve in Canada, where he was again eliminated in Q1, nearly a second behind Max. Both Monaco and Canada ended in disappointment for Perez as he failed to finish either race. Perez's qualifying woes continued at Silverstone and Hungary, with crashes in both races, first causing a red flag at Silverstone and later crashing again in Hungary's Sector 2. In Hungary, he was 0.799 seconds slower than Max, but at least managed to finish 7th, securing some points. His performance at his home Grand Prix in Mexico was similarly disappointing, with a gap of 0.808 seconds to Max. During the race, his situation worsened after contact with Liam Lawson. In Las Vegas, Perez was again 0.856 seconds behind Max in qualifying, further highlighting the ongoing challenges he has faced this season. As Max secured his 4th World Championship in Las Vegas, Perez could only manage a 10th place finish. From Helmut Marko's perspective, Red Bull needs a driver who can perform at Max's level. Despite Max's title success, Marko emphasized that the team requires a stronger driver lineup. After Perez's underwhelming performance in Las Vegas, Marko publicly criticized him, noting that his struggles had a direct financial impact on the team, with Red Bull's employee bonus system tied to the Constructors' Championship. Max's success won't translate into bonuses for the staff, as Perez's poor results have cost the team dearly. We need 2 drivers who consistently finish in the points. Max is over 200 points ahead of Sergio. For now, our main goal was to secure the title for Max. But for our employees, it's a disappointment. They won't receive their bonuses because those are dependent on our position in the Constructors' Championship, and there's no chance we can win that now. The situation at Red Bull remains largely unchanged from a year ago. Perez continues to struggle with consistent results, having failed to secure a top 5 finish since the Miami Grand Prix. Red Bull's growing deficit to McLaren in the standings could have been mitigated if Perez had managed to optimize the car's performance better. Meanwhile, Yuki and Liam Lawson have been showing strong form this season, with clear potential for further development. Yuki, in particular, has had a standout campaign, leading the charge for RB in their battle for 6th in the standings. Christian Horner's reluctance to make a change and bring in a new teammate for Max has already cost Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. As the 2025 season approaches, one expected to be more competitive at the front, it remains to be seen if Red Bull will make the same mistake again. The key issue for Red Bull is finding the right balance alongside Max Verstappen. Historically, drivers in this role have struggled to meet the necessary performance level. Both Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon endured underwhelming spells, leading to their exits. Red Bull's car is tailored to Max's unique driving style, making it difficult for many drivers to extract the car's full potential. Unlike some of his critics, Perez isn't ready to give up on reclaiming control of the Constructors' Championship. After the race, he said, "It's not mathematically lost, we're going to keep pushing. I really hope that in Qatar we can turn things around and be much more competitive. I think we really need to fix the issues we've had this year. The team knows exactly where we stand, and Red Bull is the best team, so I believe we can have a much better car for next year." Now, Perez has just 2 weeks to regain the trust and confidence of Red Bull's leadership. Marko gave an update on the situation, saying, "There will be a meeting after Abu Dhabi, and the outcome of that meeting will be presented to the shareholders, who will then decide the driver situation for next year. I don't know the exact gap now, but I think Checo has over 200 points less than Max, and it's clear that the Constructors' title is no longer possible. While Max secured his 4th World Championship, Red Bull will need a reliable teammate if they want to challenge for the Constructors' Championship in 2025. If Perez is shown the door, it would be a shocking end to his F1 career. As we've seen, his struggles this season have raised major questions about whether he'll remain at Red Bull for 2025, especially with the team focusing on building a stronger driver lineup. With Max Verstappen dominating, can Perez turn things around, or is it time for a change? What do you think? Will Perez stay at Red Bull, or do you think it's time for them to bring in a new teammate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for the latest F1 news.